Mumbai, the most populated city in India. "22 million people live in this ultra-modern metropolis that is on the west coast of India. Right from the tall skyscrapers, almost 1,000 feet tall, this city has nearly 6,000 high-rise buildings. But there is a flip side. Mumbai is the city of contrasts. "62% population of Mumbai lives on footpath and slums. Dharavi is the largest slum of Asia. More than 88% people from Mumbai use public transport. And here comes the lifeline of Mumbai, that is the local railway. Every day, 2,300 local trains, they render their services to people. And this city never sleeps. With just a gap of 90 minutes, the tracks get busy again. In 2014, the metro railway that started connecting the special economic zones in between Central Railway and Western Railway. Last year, metro in Mumbai crossed a record of 2 lakh daily passengers. And at the same time, the NFR, non-fare revenue generated by Mumbai Metro, is growing rapidly. This entire journey begins from 16th of April 1853. Railway arrived in India in the month of April 1853, just before few years of mutiny of 1857. On 16th April 1853, the first train travelled a distance of 21 miles from Mumbai to Thane. In the next decade, Rudyard Kipling was born in Mumbai. In one of his poems, he has thanked God for giving birth at Bombay. There is a Kipling cottage just near the Victoria terminus and now known as Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus at Mumbai. In 1789, William Jones translated Abhijnan Shakuntal in English language, and it was very well appreciated and accepted by the literature world in West. It was further translated into 12 different European languages. This Kalidasa's work, Abhijnan Shakuntal, is not just Indian masterpiece in the dramatics, but it is one of the world classics considered so far. The story of Abhijnan Shakuntal goes something like this, that a baby abandoned is protected by a bird Shakunt, and that is why the name Shakuntala is further given by Rishi Kanv, who raised that baby. Shakuntala stayed in the hermitage of Rishi Kanv, and she was protected by the bird Shakunt. I sometimes feel that when Rudyard Kipling wrote his Jungle Book, was he inspired by this great piece of literature by Kalidasa, and that is Abhijnan Shakuntal? Hello friends, this is Lakshmi Raman Oza and you are watching SBTL webcasts. Bombay Natural History Society. One more name related with Bombay. Today's Mumbai. Bombay Natural History Society re-established the ancient Indian practice of biodiversity chronicles. Hamsadev chronicled the Indian fauna in early 13th century in his Mrigapakshi Shastra. It is compiled in the Sanskrit meter Anushtup Chanda. The BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society, gave these studies a modern notion in year 1883. The year BNHS was founded. And in the next decade, Dr. Salim Ali was born in Bombay. Padma Vibhushan Dr. Salim Ali, famously known as the Birdman of India. Bombay Natural History Society and Dr. Salim Ali both witnessed their metamorphosis parallelly. BNHS grew as an institution and Dr. Salim Ali as an ornithologist. Over 1200 species and 2,000 forms of birds have been identified in India. Dr. Salim Ali was one of the key persons behind the development of Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. He studied many waders, birds with tall legs like cranes at Bharatpur. He studied the behavioral patterns of many winter visitor species of birds to India, especially at Bharatpur and the Ran of Kutch. He found the nest building patterns of flamingos and pelicans there. When rivers come to ocean, they bring sediment with them. This sediment spreads in the intertidal zone, the zone between high tide and low tide regions. And this makes a specific area or a zone that is called mudflat. Daldal in Hindi and Marathi. Now, this region is having semi-saline water. The water of the ocean is saline, salty. The rivers come and bring the fresh water, and this fresh water that is brought by the rivers to this region, this makes a zone of brackish water, the water that is semi-saline. And such a region is known as estuary. The intertidal zone in this region is spread across a width of few kilometers from the ocean, from the low tide region. This intertidal zone of almost 2 to 3 kilometers breadth or width, that has a forest that runs along the coast for few kilometers. This forest inhabits a special type of plants called mangroves. And Mumbai has a mangrove zone in the Thane Creek, Shivdi, Turbhe, Gorai and few more coastal patches. Collectively, this entire region, it has a spread of approximately some 15 to 20 kilometers across the coastal line, along the coastal line, and they are almost 3 to 4 kilometers wide. And this region is important in biology. Mangroves are indicators of health of ecosystem or biodiversity, particularly that marine or coastal biodiversity, you can say. Mangroves range from some shrubs having a height of 3 feet up to tall trees having height more than 25 feet. These plants, they absorb the semi-saline water. As the quantity of salt goes on increasing in the plant, absorbed salts with the water, their quantity increases, and then the leaves, they fall down. Leaf abscission takes place. Abscission of these leaves, that results into formation of leaf litter in this mudflat region. Mudflats is the name given because the sediment brought by the rivers towards the ocean is spread in this region entirely. And here, this type of environment is not suitable for the root respiration. See, instruction or instructional profession, that is compared in India, in ancient Indian books, with watering a plant. If you water it more, then the root respiration ceases. And if you don't water it enough, then the plant won't survive. So there should be optimum water required for a plant. But when water is more, resources are more, then the growth ceases. When the water is more to the plant, that results into the increase in the density of mud, and oxygen is less available to the roots. Now this oxygen deficiency for the roots, that would result into one interesting process, and perhaps the plants wilt because of more water that logs in their roots. So here is an adaptation these mangroves, these plants have shown. They develop some other types of roots. Some roots, they emerge from the plant in the surrounding region in the form of stumps. Pegs, conical stumps, they emerge in the mud. And this region of conical stumps, that is spread around the main tree, and that extruded portion is called pneumatophore. Pneuma means air, and air enters into these roots which emerge out. Roots are actually positively geotropic and negatively phototropic. Means roots always tend to grow away from the light and towards the deeper parts of earth. They are positively geotropic and negatively phototropic. But here there is an adaptation where the roots, they grow above the level of soil in the form of pneumatophores. Some roots, they grow for certain height above the level of water, and then they bend down in some species of mangroves. Such roots, they are called knee roots. Just like our knee bends at our knee joint, there is a bend. That is how these roots look like, and that is why they are called knee roots. When water has some moderate amount of salts, semi-saline water, it's more quantity absorbed by the plant that would result into leaf abscission. So this leaf litter is also a source for survival of smaller invertebrates like snails or crabs. But at the same time, even the pneumatophores or these roots which emerge from the mud above in the air, they are the places where some creatures like mud skipper or some crabs or some arthropods, some other mollusks like snails, they survive. Even some echinoderms, they come during the high tide like sea urchin, whatever you call. They come to the shore during the high tide, and that results into a good population of prey for birds. So these regions, these mangrove regions, these mud flats where mangroves grow near Mumbai, they are the breeding and nesting sites of many birds. These sites, they have many winter birds, including flamingos and couple of others. So this is an interesting part about the biodiversity of this mega city, Brahan, Mumbai. Maharashtra is the third largest state of India. The total area of Maharashtra is 3,07,690 square kilometers. On the 720-kilometer long coastline of Maharashtra, more than 600 species of fishes have been recorded so far. Vertebrates have 5 classes. Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. The class Pisces fishes in the vertebrata is classified as apoda, meaning they do not have limbs. Remaining 4, amphibia, reptiles, birds and mammals, they have 4 limbs. two pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. And that is the reason amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals are classified as tetrapoda. Fishes have fins for swimming. Fishes are of two types: cartilaginous fish and bony fish. Cartilaginous fishes, they have 5 to 7 pairs of gills. Those are not covered. The covering is called operculum, which is absent in cartilaginous fishes. In bony fishes, there is found an operculum that covers their 4 pairs of gills. Fishes lack the limbs, but there is an interesting adaptation found in the mudskippers found along the coastal line of Mumbai. That is, they use their pectoral fins like forelimbs. They climb on the pneumatophores, the stump roots of mangroves, and they use their pectoral fins just like limbs. Mudskippers show one more similarity with amphibians. They respire with the help of their skin, and the respiration is also shown by the wet lining of buccopharyngeal cavity, the oral cavity or buccal cavity, and the pharyngeal cavity. Mumbai is important in biodiversity and biology for one more reason, and that reason is as we go to the north side of Mumbai from the south region, we go in the area of Mumbai that is nearer to Thane. Near Borivali, there is Sanjay Gandhi National Park. It is the biggest national park that is present in any metro city, spread over an area of nearly 103 square kilometers. This area has kept the city in a contrast to its highly populated and urbanized form. As I said earlier, Mumbai is the city of contrasts. You will see this city has a highly urbanized, disproportionately developed urban area, and it also has that wilderness of forests in the form of Sanjay Gandhi National Park. India has more than 600 national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Mumbai's Sanjay Gandhi National Park maintains a good biodiversity of all vertebrates and few invertebrates also. Mumbai is a polyglot city. Although the dominant language of Mumbai is Marathi, still it is having a polyglot culture. एक चीज के है कई नाम यहाँ, जरा हंस के जरा बच के, यह है बॉम्बे मेरी जान. Now, just to draw parallels with the topic we are learning in this 15-part series, even the living organisms have different uh, names in different languages. But taxonomical methods in modern science, they have developed a protocol of giving them a specific binomial name, and the record keeping in the form of polynomial nomenclature is no more considered for the global study of biology. Thank you for listening, my friends. This is Lakshmi Raman Oza, and you were watching SBTL webcasts.
Do, do, do.